apparently the person was in like critical condition. And I actually think in that news article, they interview the person who ran to help him, and he actually shot the dog. I don't know if the dog died though.
Welcome to the Animals Around the Globe expedition.
Welcome back to Animals Around the Globe, and welcome back, Alex, our vet student and dog expert. And today we look at different dog attacks, what you can do when you see a dog attack, and how we maybe can prevent dog attacks in the future.
Yeah, thanks, Chris. Thanks a lot for having me again.
Let's maybe look at another attack in Texas, in Harris County, where another two pit bulls were involved in. Yeah.
So this one here is the gentleman arriving home, and it seems like when he gets out his car, someone's dog is free. And yeah, the dog goes for him. And actually, when he gets into the house, the dog follows him and mauls him to the point where he ended up in ICU. And I think within the commotion going on, a neighbor sort of came to help him. And yeah, this guy, he survived, but it was really serious. Like, I think it's just testament to what these dogs are, I don't want to say capable of doing, but yeah, the danger that they impose if they are maybe not secured in their yard safely, or, you know, it obviously got out. It's not like it was a stray dog. It did belong to someone in the road, but it ended up attacking someone essentially unprovoked. And that's obviously really not a nice instance, and it can really actually end fatally, you know?
And yeah. I mean, pit bulls were also bred to fight. They're very powerful dogs, and yeah.
So they, you know, they definitely don't have a good reputation, I think. And if we look into a little bit of like what they were bred for, I think that's what is important is they're actually bred for like a blood sport kind of dog. So for fighting and rat baiting, actually in the UK is where they originated from. So they're an incredibly strong animal. They seem to be generally quite muscled. So they're really powerful. I mean, even if they're only weighing like 40 kilos, obviously they can be bigger and smaller, but they're just a ton of muscle. And if you have a look at our Origin of Dogs article, we look into maybe what dogs are essentially bred for, and they're selected for certain traits. And in this instance, this dog was selected for aggression. And as much as they might be raised in a happy home or in a nice manner, you always wonder, is there this switch in them that has this like aggression tendency? Because it's by no means what they I don't know, I want to say consciously doing, but it's actually their drive. It's almost like their duty. And that's really tough in terms of, trying to understand where it comes from. If we use the husky as an example, just to get away from maybe the fighting, I mean, they're bred to pull sleighs. You know, they're bred to be really strong. So the ones that probably pulled the sleigh faster and harder and were stronger, they were always chosen for. So maybe if you happen to own a husky and it pulls on your lead really, really strongly, I mean, it just thinks it's maybe doing its job. Like, it doesn't know any better. So I think choosing a breed and knowing why it was bred becomes such an important part of being a dog owner.
Yes, 100%. And I think it also makes you a more conscious dog owner. And you pose with your dog less risk to others. And we also see that in the last video here in Oklahoma City, where another, I assume it's a pit bull.
The video was a pit bull as well.
Yeah, is chasing down this group of people, and we just see how strong and fast this dog is.
Yeah, they really are able to knock like adult males off their feet, and they can jump up, and part of their instinct, having been bred for fighting, is I think they'll always try to go for the jugular. So they will jump up, they will go for the neck, and the chances of them knocking you over at speed with a bit of weight and muscle behind them is quite high. It's really difficult to think that dogs that we know and love have this ability to hurt someone. There are many dogs that are even bred for protection or military work. So again, have a look at the breed. You obviously get different bloodlines and things like that. But I think with pit bulls and stuff like that, the fundamental point of them ever being bred was to be aggressive and to fight. with that being said, I mean, I've met amazing pit bulls that are very docile and very kind and around children. But yeah, you've got to know your dog, I think, and know where it comes from.
Yeah, I think that is the lesson of today. As an owner, know where it comes from, know your dog, and this way you can prevent most incidents.
Yeah, for sure. And especially if you maybe elect to have one of these powerful breeds, just ensure that your yard or your space where they live is safe for them to live in, but also maybe safe to keep them in if there's someone that maybe they have shown aggressive tendencies before. Yeah, just your responsibility, I suppose, because you don't want anyone to get hurt.